Hey, how's it going? I'm Isaac, and in this video I want to show you guys the basic fundamentals of what wholesaling is and how you can do it. You may be someone that's falling in the category of stuck at their 9 to 5, it's sick of their job, you want to get out of it, and you don't really know what to do, or you're an entrepreneur and you really don't know exactly what business you want to get into. You may not want to take huge risks of dumping thousands of dollars into a business to try to start it, and overall you would just want a career and a lifestyle that doesn't pertain to your hourly pay and that you can make unlimited amounts of money depending on how much work you can put in. And if you're also someone like me who loves real estate and loves learning about real estate, well, I think wholesaling would be perfect for you just starting out. With wholesaling, you have an unlimited amount of money you can make because it's such a business that you can do so many deals and there's no restriction on how many deals you can do. And there's no restriction on how much you can make per deal. So if you ever thought of becoming like a real estate agent or any salesperson, this is a very similar job that won't pay commission, but it's all up to you on how much you can make. Many people start in wholesaling because they are wanting to invest in real estate, but they don't have just the funds to do that right now. Maybe you want to flip houses, but you're too scared of taking all the risk of hiring these contractors, trying to take out all these hard money loans, and don't really understand the whole process of it. But you do want to be able to still find deals. You can find deals yourself. And if you're really good at finding deals, this is the perfect business for you because all that you need to do as a wholesaler is find really good deals and your buyers will come. In wholesaling, you can make as much money as you want, and although it sounds super amazing, really it's not that easy, and I'm going to share with you what wholesaling really is. Wholesaling is really where you can find a property at a deep discount so that you can be able to lock up the property under contract and act as if you are buying the property. And before you close on that property, you sell that contract to someone else for a higher price. So let's just say you got a property under contract at $100,000, and then but before the end of the contract, you sold the contract to someone else for $110,000. That means you flipped the contract successfully and you made $10,000. $10,000 is a very average and a very common wholesale fee in the wholesaling industry. If you're really interested in this, make sure you subscribe down below and hit that like button because I really hope this inspires you to try and go do something different. Even if it's not wholesaling, maybe you can check out my other videos where I can share you guys more side hustles and how to make some more money. With that out of the way, let's get back to wholesaling. Really, it is a very simple process if you look at it, but it is not easy at all. What you really want to do is find a property that's in distress, that needs work, find their phone number, you're going to get in contact with them, negotiate the best price possible so that you can take that and sell it to a cash buyer who's going to go into the property and rehab and flip it, or maybe they're going to buy and hold it. You're really looking for a cash buyer investor that has all the funds in place and has all the systems in place already to flip the property, and you are just marketing to find the property and make sure you can get that deal to a cash buyer who is looking to make a huge investment. Right now you may be wondering, how the heck can I get started in any of this? Really, it's all about taking the action and applying every basic knowledge and practices that you know. And you may not have the skills right now to be able to do this, but I assure you, if you keep every day trying to build up your skills and trying to just take the action, you really don't need to be some huge smart guy to be able to figure this out and make deals happen. The super simple basic thing about wholesaling is just finding a deal. You don't have to worry about anything else if you can just find a deal. Let's just say you end up getting a property under contract and you are not able to find a cash buyer. Well, chances are that you didn't find a deal and you may need to get the property for cheaper, or you just might have to cancel the contract because you aren't able to sell that contract successfully. Now you know what the basic fundamentals of what wholesaling is and kind of how you can do it. You're probably wondering, where can I find these deals? Where can I find these properties? You're probably thinking, I don't know any properties that I could just find and get under contract, and this is all scary. So first off, where you can find these deals is really just roaming your backyard street. Roam around your neighborhood, and if there's any property that may look different than all the others, where it's a little bit more distressed, maybe it has like paint peeling and chipping on the outside that you can tell, maybe it has a lawn that's been overgrown and it hasn't been touched in a couple years, and maybe it's a vacant property that you know that nobody's lived there for a few years or even just a year, and you're super wondering why there's nobody in there. Well, those are the perfect properties for you to go and try to find the homeowners. So what you do when you find this type of property, you try to skip trace that property address, and starting off it may be super confusing amazing to you, what you can really do is look up that property address, try to find the homeowner's name. You can go on True People Search and hopefully find all the owner's contact information so that you can call them up and ask them if they want to sell. And if you can negotiate very well, you can get this property under contract and you would successfully being able to get your first deal underway. Basic free ways of finding the deals is really just driving for dollars. So this means you're going to be roaming your streets and doing exactly what I just said, trying to find a distressed property. Another way you can do this is by just going on Google Maps or Google Earth and virtually driving the streets. You don't actually have to get in your vehicle or walk down the street or bike down the street to go find distressed properties. Although that may be a little bit easier for you to be able to find the deals, to know exactly where to look, and it might be hard for you to roam on Google Earth. Google Earth is another huge way you can do it if you're trying to find a market that's maybe an hour away from your house and you don't want to drive there every time. Now, if you do have a little bit of money to spend, which I really hope you do, because if you can save up enough money, pull some lists, and do some marketing, well, now you would want to go on Batch Leads or PropStream. You would want to pull niche lists of vacant properties of owners that have significant equity in the property, because if they have a lot of equity, that means you are easier at negotiating with them because they don't have a mortgage they have to worry about paying off. What you would do, skip trace this with all batch skip tracing, and that's right under the Batch Leads software. And to do all this, it's about $100 a month to pull the list, and then it's another 14 cents per property you skip trace, and you are only charged on the ones you actually get information from. When you get all those phone numbers after you skip trace them, you really just gotta pound the phone, because this is a huge numbers game. And although cold calling is not very fun, you may be like, what if I mess up saying something? You know what? Put all this aside, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it is really just a numbers game. And if you are good at sales skills, good for you. And if you aren't and you're really worried and you're really nervous about it, just pick up the phone and start talking. There's a lot of free scripts you can find out there. And if you need any help with this, maybe just comment below and I can help share with you guys some more information. But really, all you want to do is find motivation in the seller. This is huge, because you need someone that's going to be able to close within 30 days. You want to make sure that they're going to sell at a deep discount, and having motivation is going to help you with this. And you want to know the property condition so you can adjust your offer based on how much work it will need. And you also need to make sure you can be able to comp properties right, so you can find your after repair value or your ARV, so you know how much an investor is going to end up selling this for after they put money into the deal. So really, not to confuse anything, when you and the homeowner sign that contract between you and him stays the exact same. You are going to sign a different contract with the buyer, who's going to say that this exact contract is going to be assigned to him. He's going to follow everything that's in this contract. He's going to make sure that he pays the $100,000 to the homeowner, and then I'm going to get my $50,000 because he paid me a $50,000 assignment fee. The homeowner in this situation is going to get everything that he needed. I am going to be lucking out making $50,000 profit. Don't get too excited here, because that's not super common, although it can happen. What that Fix and Flipper is going to do is buy the property at $150,000. They're going to put the $50,000 in repairs it needed, and then they're going to turn around and sell it at the ARV of $300,000. He's probably expected to make probably between $70,000, $85,000 after he pays all of his money costs, because usually a fix and flipper isn't actually having the cash on hand. He has a hard money lender or private money lender that he has to pay a super high interest rate to, and then he has to pay realtor fees if he hires a realtor fee, and he has to pay closing costs. So he would have the extra expenses on top of the cost of just fixing up the property, and those are really not shown a lot of times on TV, where you can see these flippers flipping for huge profits, but it doesn't show the actual profit. So I hope this really was just a basic information for you to be able to just kind of consider wholesaling as a career that you would want to pursue and learn more about. And if it was, make sure to subscribe down below, because I hope to be able to push out more content just like this one to teach you more. And make sure you comment below of any questions so that I know what kind of videos to put out there to help you learn about wholesaling. Now, I'm no huge professional in this business. I've only recently done one wholesale deal, but I've been learning this business for so long. I know all the basics of how everything is done, and if you want to follow along my journey to even learn more, just make sure you hit that subscribe button. And please don't get stuck trying to learn a lot, because if you are super excited and really want to dive deep into this business, make sure you go head first and really try to do it without having any scarcity thoughts of not being able to, do it properly, or you're gonna mess up, or you're gonna lose money, because this business is all about taking the action and doing it. And then after you get that first deal, it'll be amazing, and then your snowball will just keep on rolling, and you'll be able to make some deals happen. I hope this video helped turn your career around, and I hope to see you in future videos. Subscribe down below and take care.